YouTube family, how are you guys doing? I hope you've all had a great Christmas, and I hope Santa fulfilled your lists with everything that you deserve and everything that you wanted. But most importantly, I hope you guys had some great quality time with your friends and family, because that's really what it's all about, right? So, it's been a while since I've been on here. I've been super busy with, Christmas holidays, family, friends, and gigging. So, but here's a follow-up video to the Leo Jaymz fiasco. Not really fiasco, but the other videos are linked in the description below if you want to kind of follow up where this video is coming from. So, long story short, bought this Leo Jaymz. It turned out to be a piece of crap. It was kind of a gold color. I sent it back. I felt it had some potential to be a good player, so I ordered another one, a different color. This one was really dark blue with a flame top. I thought would look cool, but when it got here, it had some greenish yellow tint to the blue, and it really didn't look like the picture on my Amazon screen anyway. But the fit and finish were a lot better on this one. The neck pocket was tight, etc., etc. So I thought, it might be a cool guitar to mod. Then I got into thinking maybe I should add a forearm contour to it, which I eventually did. I had a friend of mine, Barry, strip the whole guitar down because I hated the color. And my plan was to take this stuff, Minwax Ebony, black ebony stain, and just stain the guitar black. So you'd have a nice wood grain finish on the backside. The flame top would kind of be black. The forearm contour wouldn't have the flame top on it because on these Leo Jaymz budget tellies, or whatever you want to call them, they have like a photo veneer on the top and a photo veneer at the bottom. So the bottom looks like nice wood grain and the top looks like that flame top. But it's actually a sticker, for lack of a better word. Right now, I don't know how they put that on, if it's ironed on, glued on, I have no idea. But it's definitely paper thin. And it's on there. So when Barry stripped the guitar down, he was able to save the bottom and the top veneer. So I could still, see it. And he had it a forearm contour. And that was in the last video. And it looked, looked pretty cool. So I thought this stain would look awesome with the black. But lo and behold, the stain doesn't absorb in that stuff. There's no wood grain in that photo veneer, right? So there's nothing for the stain to actually absorb in it. Which kind of explains the fact why the guitar wasn't true blue to begin with, right? Because it wasn't really absorbing in that photo veneer. So after applying multiple coats of this stuff, the back looked like this. It never blackened up, it just got kind of brown. And I'm like, well, I don't want a brown guitar. Like I have, like wood-colored guitars back there. I don't want another one. So then I thought, okay, well, let's do the front and see how that turns out, and then I'll make a decision. So I flipped it over, did the front side. It just was not absorbing, even less than the back. It wasn't even turning brown. It was just basically super light, almost white, grayish color. I'm like, what? So then I got the bright idea, don't do this. Mix some black paint in with the stain. I thought the black paint might stick better, and when I rub it with the rag, it might kind of spread better. And that turned out like this. Yeah, not pretty. Not pretty at all. It was all clumpy, the black paint was sticking, the rag wasn't, anyway, it was a nightmare. Just so you know, I absolutely hate refinishing stuff. I hate, painting the house. I painted the house a few years ago, like every room, every wall, ceilings, the whole works. I'm pretty good at it. I can do a good job. I'm super fussy. I do a pretty good job. But I hate it. There's nothing I hate more than painting stuff or refinishing stuff. Why I got into this project is beyond me, but I really hated the color, I guess, was the motivation for me to move on. Knowing that I fully, absolutely hate refinishing stuff. That's why you've never seen me do a guitar kit. And you never will. Because I hate it. I hate it. Unless the guitar kit comes with a pre-finished body either painted, stained, whatever, I don't care, in a color that I like. Then mods and fretwork and repairs and all this stuff, I love that stuff. I'll do that all day long. Refinishing stuff, absolutely hate it. Because I'm somewhat of a perfectionist and I'm just not good at that stuff, and I'm not passionate enough to learn all the techniques and the intricacies on how to refinish something properly. And I don't have the patience and I don't have the time. So I hate doing that stuff. So after those fiascos that you've just saw the pictures of, I thought, all right, what am I going to do with this thing, man? Because option one, just fire it in the garbage, right? And cut your losses. And all the parts that I bought, the black parts that I kind of showed you in that last video, I've just used for something else down the road. And I thought, well, man, you know what? I might as well try and make it playable at least. So my original plan was to take it to my school shop, put it in the planer, and take off that veneer top that I completely massacred with the black paint and stain fiasco. So just take it down to the wood and flip it over and do the same with the back. And then I could restain it black. But then I thought, hey, just paint it now. It's obviously sealed. The stain is not seeping into the wood grain. I went down to Canadian Tire, which is a pretty popular store here in Canada, and picked up some grayish sparkly paint, and I went to town on this Leo Jaymz body. So now I present to you the Leo J-Man Sparkle Caster with a forearm contour. Looks pretty good from far, but it's far from looking pretty good. Like, there's a lot of imperfections in this paint. Like I said, absolutely hate refinishing stuff. It's not perfect by any means. There's some rough spots, but it looks a heck of a lot better than it did in those pictures I just showed you. So let's take all these parts and put them on this body. All right, let the fun begin. All right, well, step one, shield the cavities. Ta-da! So they're all done. Now, one thing that I do, I'm not saying that you guys have to do this, and I'm not saying that this is supposed to be done. One thing that I do when I shield my cavities is I link all the cavities together with a piece of copper wire. So this is just a sleeve. So this is a solid piece, like they don't fray. It's just like one tiny strand of copper wire. So what I do is I peel the wire out of this, sleeve or whatever you want to call it. Oh, look, there's a small piece of it here. There. See that? That's it. Very tiny. Here, let me put it on my gray shirt here so you can see it. Very tiny piece of copper wire. Super malleable, very flexible, right? And you can probably see the wire comes out, right? The wire's copper shielded to the copper shielding tape. So I put a layer of copper shielding tape, then I lay the wire on top, then I put another layer of copper shielding tape over the wire. The wire goes through the pickup cavity, down into the control cavity, and then I don't know if you can see it here, but it comes out of this hole back here, loops around, goes in this lower pickup hole cavity, and then comes out here. You see it? And the same thing here. I lay it on the shielding tape and I put more shielding tape on top, and it's shielded between the two holes here. It's shielded there as well. So now all these three cavities are connected. And maybe it's overkill, I don't know. But everybody talks about 60 cycle hums with Telecasters. Well, I gig in a lot of bars and they have a lot of shady electrical, some of them. And I do not have 60 cycle hums with my Teles. None. So, and I'm running overdrives and I always stack my drives for certain songs. So, I don't know, you can tell me that this stuff doesn't work, but I play out a lot, not based on my skill. You've heard me play, but I play out a lot, and I do this to most of my guitars, man. I make sure all these cavities are connected together, and then I shield the back of the pickguard just around where the neck pickup goes, and then I run a little piece of shielding tape right down into the cavity, over and above the body, just right here. So then the shielding tape on that pickguard will make contact here. And then I do the same down here with the bridge. Plus, I'm going to run another wire. It's not ran. This guitar didn't come with one. But I'm going to drill another hole here. And I'm going to run another grounding wire through this bridge pickup cavity into the control cavity to the volume pot. So everything, in essence, is going to be, shielded together. So until someone can prove to me that this isn't a good method, I'm just going to keep doing it. Yep, that's me. I like going a little overboard with my stuff. So anyway, next thing to do is fit the bridge and put the electronics in. All right, I got the neck pickup in, and I got the carbon fiber pickguard underneath the clear pickguard that originally came with the guitar, so that'll look all right. I'm all out of black screws. Can't believe I overlooked that. I just put the bridge pickup in the bridge plate, and because it's a black bridge plate, I took my Dremel and I took off the paint just to get metal on wire contact. So for pickups, I'm putting in a set of custom shop Peg City pickups from my buddy Chris at Peg City out in Winnipeg, Canada. So he makes custom wound pickups. So this is an expensive set of pickups. They're like $200-ish. He gave me a good price on them, but they're kind of like the Brad Paisley version of the Seymour Duncan pickups that you can get, the Labria set. So this is his version. That should be good. They should sound sweet in this guitar. Maybe a little overkill for this guitar, but if I'm going to do it up, might as well get a good set of pups in there, eh? All right, bridge plate is installed. Wires are run. Now we'll just put the string through body plate on the back and put the little strap buttons on. All right, here we go. Done. Done. And done. So I got a pure tone jack all wired up, ready to go. The black plate. And got this super nice switch. It's connected, it's all wired up. I'm just using the original volume pots because they were good. There was nothing wrong with them. They're nice and smooth. And I need to put small pots because the big ones don't fit in that channel. And I didn't route it out. So, moving on. I have no black screws. They're in the mail. But for now, it's going to have to do. And just like I did with the pickguard. Okay. Full volume, no tone. Perfect. All good. All right, move the body aside. Time for the neck. And I don't know if I showed you this before. I think so in a previous video. So the neck is I sanded all the poly off and coated the neck with tung oil. It's super smooth in the back. I didn't want to take any of the poly off here because it's very thick, and removing it would actually create more looseness or more play in the pocket. We'll put the tuners in, and then I'll throw in a Graph Tech nut in there. and put the neck on the body and see where we're at. Ah, Music Lily. Your parts always fit and they are always perfect with the zero play and zero slop in the heads. Man. Got some black string 3s on there. This Graphtec nut doesn't have to be sanded. It slides perfectly into the space. It's just a little wider. The grooves are in the proper spaces, but it's a little wider than the neck. So I'm just going to have to file that down on the edges. I just used a Dremel with a small little sanding bit and just took it down and then took a 320 grit sandpaper and rounded it, filed it off, and there we go. Well, here is guitar with neck installed. So I guess we throw some strings on. Stick a fork in it, it's done. So we got totally stripped Leo Jaymz body, now painted sparkly silver. Oh, because I like you guys so much, I went through the dumpster outside and I found the paint that I used, because I know some of you probably want to know. So it was this Rust-Oleum Universal Flat Antique Nickel for wood, metal, plastic, masonry. And apparently, you don't have to prime and you don't really have to clear coat. Just spray it and you're done. So we got the black hardware, single volume, no tone, nice 3-way blade switch, Peg City pickups, kind of a La Brea, Brad Paisley-ish set. Got a carbon fiber pickguard underneath the acrylic one. We have a crowned level and highly polished frets. We have a Graphtec nut. We have Music Lily locking tuners. We got the little Fender style string trees. No more poly on the back of the neck. Totally shielded. And I mean shielded. Cavities. Not a bad weight. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to guess right around the 7.5 mark. Is it worth it? No. No, it's not. With the parts and the pickups and the cost of this guitar, I probably have close to $400 Canadian in this thing. And that's money gone because I'm not getting that back, right? If you're going to do this, you make sure you like it enough to keep it. So, going through the pedal board, still to the lights, to the amp, no noise. And yes, it's on. So clean tones, neck position. Perfect intonation. Middle position. Bridge. Oh, it wasn't full volume there even. Huh. Just throw a little bit of drive on this thing. Clean. Give me drive. Little position with a little Timmy. Neck position with some Timmy. Some high gain stuff. Middle position, higher gain. Some nice blues tones there. And bridge. So there you have it, guys. There is the final project of the Leo James budget telly, available on Amazon Canada. And when I bought it, I got it for about $189 with the coupon. It's all right, but if I were to do it again, I wouldn't. You guys take care. God bless. It's New Year's Eve, so have a great one. Hope all your resolutions come true for 2025, and I will see you guys next year.